Hello, greetings, salutations, my friends. Welcome back. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the disappearance of Gayle Schneider. She's a woman who just vanished without explanation, and this been traveling to Arizona. Now before pulling any cards, I just wanted to learn a little bit more about Gayle and her situation, her disappearance, whatever I could learn. But all I got was, according to reports, Gayle disappeared while traveling to meet someone. Didn't specify who, at least from what I saw. Her family became worried, concerned, when communication between them and Gayle just suddenly stopped. But you know what immediately stood out to me was just how ordinary these circumstances appeared to be. I mean, just there wasn't someone sitting on a dangerous expedition. It was a planned trip. So I've got 10 questions. Gonna pull 10 cards. And we're just going to see what the cards revealed. How about that? Gayle Schneider. What were the events immediately leading up to her disappearance? What was she focused on before she vanished? What unexpected event changed the course of her plans? What important fact remains hidden? What was the primary... Wait a minute. Was another person involved? Now, what was the primary motive? Who or what is responsible? What role did the meeting play? Her meeting up with somebody? Location. What clue will reveal the truth? Okay. All right. Going all the way back to the first question, we've got what were the events immediately leading up to Gayle's disappearance? And we've got the world. Now, the world is a card of completion, travel, destinations, reaching a significant milestone. Now this immediately gave me the feeling that maybe Gayle believed that she was moving towards something important, because it appears she was focused on arriving somewhere, finishing something, completing a chapter in her life. Next question. What was she focused on before she vanished? Death in the reverse position. Now this is interesting because death reversed, it often points to unfinished business. Something that should have ended but maybe not fully ended. It can indicate it as a resistance to change. It's also unresolved situations. And it also could be a reluctance to let go of the past. Let's clarify this cards. Let's clarify who is attempting to stop what. That's going to be the Seven of Cups reversed. Now, this feels like someone resisting reality. Because the energy here, it's suggesting that a truth may be emerging. Someone, not wanting this truth fully acknowledged or getting out. Because this card repeatedly points to trying to emerge while another force attempts to stop things. Next question. What unexpected event changed the course of her plans? Now this is the Three of Cups. This card often points to social interactions. I'm talking about like gatherings of friends, hanging out, getting together, acquaintances, meetings. Now this don't feel random though. I feel like another person's entered the picture. Definitely, yeah. She had definitely met up with somebody. And she made it to meet up with somebody. So what important fact remains hidden? And we've got the Wheel of Fortune. To clarify, I just want to know, what were these hidden events? Six of Cups reversed. Here's where things become particularly interesting for me here. Now, the Six of Cups reversed, it's often points to someone from your past, an old relationship. This is definitely of the romantic kind. This is somebody she used to be in a relationship with, a former connection. It's someone who's re-entered the picture after a long absence. Now, I'm not talking about a short time, I'm talking about years. Yeah, years in between, because that feels like a reunion. The cards repeatedly suggest that now this key event is involving a person who was not entirely new to the story. So next question, was there another person involved? Justice reversed. This is one of the strongest cards for like imbalanced deception, withheld information, or most importantly, accountability being avoided. This card don't feel comfortable at all. It's suggesting that someone known more than they revealed. So what was the primary motive? Strength. Many people like take strength and look at it as it to mean courage, but also in shadow positions it can represent control, like control over a situation, control over another person, control over information, control over outcomes. So who or what is responsible? We've got the Knight of Wands. This is recklessness, someone who's reckless, impulsive, someone acting without fully considering consequences. But let's go ahead and clarify and ask, who is responsible? And we get the Magician. The Magician is, at its highest expression, skill mastery. But now at its lowest, it represents manipulation, persuasion, illusion. Someone who knows exactly how to influence circumstances and people. It's not a passive card at all. It's a card of action. This is describing someone who's capable of shaping narratives, controlling appearances, because I think they're easy. Their mask is firmly in place right now too. So let me ask here, what role did the meeting play? Now it's the Six of Coins. So what was exchanged? There's something been exchanged here. Queen of Cups. Now, it's not about money, though, because I was thinking it was going to be about money somehow. But the Queen of Cups, she rarely points towards money. She's instead a representation of emotions, trust, compassion, secrets, vulnerability. It suggests that this meeting involved an emotional exchange rather than a financial one. So this is definitely an ex-lover, definitely. It's a conversation, confidence shared, information disclosed. Even information disclosed, it's someone seeking understanding. But then we come to the most requested question in any missing person reading, location. Now, this is the Nine of Coins. This often is rural environments, farmland, open land, like remote roads, work properties, practical locations. So let's play with clarifier. Four Cups. This card has got a very overlooked energy. It's something missed, something ignored, something sitting in plain sight, but the attention is directed elsewhere. It's you can combine these together, you get a quiet location, connected to land, isolated, a place that may not initially draw attention. So what clue will reveal the truth? Five of Wands reverse, that's conflict resolving. Stories no longer matching. Okay, let's clarify on that too. Seven of Wands. Persistence, pressure, refusing to back down. The breakthrough don't come through from luck, y'all. It comes from someone who continues asking the difficult questions. Keep making them tell it over and over, pushing, challenging them to the truth can't no longer remain hidden. Alright, you guys, overall, the strongest themes throughout this reading are a meeting involving someone known from the past, emotional and personal exchanges, hidden information, an individual represented by the Magician energy. That's someone capable of influence perceptions, control narratives. Alright, you all. As always, tarot provides symbolism rather than certainty, y'all. The cards tell a story through archetypes, patterns, energy. It's connecting with that energy, letting the energy flow. But now I would love to hear your thoughts. What you think about this? Do you think this repeated themes of past connections, hidden information, overlooked locations are significant? They definitely have to be, I think. So leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed the investigation, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. One more voice speaking another one's name. Help us find the missing. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.